Picture a Monday morning in a modern office. The air feels thin. You're staring down a massive deadline, a complex, multi-layered deliverable. But you're armed with the latest language models and perfectly refined, tested prompts. Then you sit down to review the final draft, and your stomach drops. Every box is checked. The grammar is flawless, the logic is totally sound, and the entire document is utterly hollow. It suffers from what we can call the AI Slob. It's that distinctive, greasy layer of generic best practices. It reads like a refrigerator manual, sounding like everyone and no one at the exact same time. Even the ultimate technological advantage can result in a perfectly formatted void rather than a compelling strategy. When faced with that mediocrity, the default reaction is to push the machine harder. We type furiously, demanding more wit, more executive presence, and more grit. But iterating with AI often creates a photocopy of a photocopy effect. With every new prompt, the original, sharp idea loses its crisp edges and slowly dissolves into a weird, formless blob. This creates a paradox. We lean on the machine to save us time, yet that same machine swallows hours of our day as we try to fix its mediocrity. Trying to cure an algorithmic lack of imagination with more algorithms is a trap. The final product simply degrades. The only way out of that loop is a hard reset. You have to tell the team to shut it all off. Close the laptops, silence the notifications, clear the table. Staring at an oversized, truly blank piece of paper is terrifying. It is also liberating. There is no flickering cursor waiting to finish your sentence for you. The digital age conditions us to think in bulk. We want to generate massive blocks of text all at once, skipping the hard work of building an argument step by step. Removing the AI forces the human brain to carry the weight again. You have to actually think the sentence yourself. Instead of trying to rebuild a 50-page document in one go, you tackle the problem one human section at a time. You start applying the 2 a.m. test. You throw out what the data says the customer cares about, and you ask what they genuinely feel in the middle of the night. A large language model cannot simulate human anxiety or a midnight realization. It hasn't lived those nuances. Analog collaboration is messy. You sketch circles and misaligned arrows. You scratch things out. You argue over the details. By sunset, that hollow 50-page digital document is gone. In its place are 3 highly concentrated pages of messy, hand-drawn brilliance. That friction is exactly where the magic in the white space lives. It takes a generic output and turns it into work that has a pulse. Zoom out to the corporate level, and you see boards pushing to AI-enable everything. But that mandate misunderstands how this technology actually functions. AI acts strictly as a force multiplier for human thought, which leads to a mathematical paradox. If the underlying human insight drops to 0, multiplying it by the most powerful AI in the world still equals 0. Strategic value doesn't come from the multiplier. It comes from doing the exhausting human work required to build a solid core first. We all have a machine threshold. It's a biological limit where an audience detects that they are being aggressively marketed to by a script, and they completely stop listening. Reclaiming a disconnected audience requires a distinctly human strategic decision, rather than a more clever prompt. The human imagination remains the most vital system in any organization, outlasting the CRM and the tech stack. Protecting that system means knowing exactly when to put the digital tools back in the drawer. Which leaves a lingering question. When the power is finally turned off, why do some professionals feel like they've lost their hands, while others refuse to ever touch the tools in the first place?